their lives.
Hey, I'm Joanna Zeiger. This is Brandon Del Campo, and we're here today to take you through a series of videos on bike maintenance and bike information that will help you ride better and more safely.
And not annoy other people.
Easy! I got a flat.
Well, when you have a flat tire like Brandon does here, the best thing to do is get out of the way of traffic and get to the safest spot that you possibly can. We're in a parking lot here. Front flat.
It's very hard to get rid of sometimes.
Oh, you're very demanding. It's a lot of stuff. You forgot your stuff again. I have to bring extra food for you. I have to bring flat stuff for you.
All right, well, what do you got?
Always be prepared because you often are riding with people that are not. Look at this. I have a CO2. I have a tube.
Do you have tire levers?
Of course I have tire levers.
Hi, Joanna, I noticed you're laying your bike on the side where there's no derailleur. Is that on purpose?
Yeah, got to protect all the goods here. So you don't want to put that on the ground, scuff it up.
However, you don't have to turn your bike completely upside down and pretend like it's, you know, bike shop time. Usually we're pretty quick at this. So get the lever under, rip it out.
Wow, impressive.
Find the nozzle. Normally I don't have these little things here, but these will help when you have a flat so that you can keep the nozzle out.
Do you need those? A lot of people I know don't use them.
You don't need them.
You know what? You shouldn't leave those on the ground.
No, I'm not going to litter. All right.
Oh, that's like 20 seconds to get the inner tube out.
So now you're just checking for whatever particle might have been in the tire. But sometimes you got to be careful when you rub your finger because if it's glass, you can
Yeah, you don't want to cut yourself.
But I don't seem to
But I
find...
do have a first aid kit with me
Well,
in case you start bleeding.
Right. There's something in there, but I don't know if that's what it was.
Practice this at home.
Exactly.
When it's a low stress situation.
Right, and just be glad it's not the rear.
Because then you have a whole nother level of complexity getting the derailleur back in place. Okay, so now you're putting the inner tube back in.
Putting it back in.
Yeah, put a little air in there, make it a little easier to seat it so it doesn't get twisted.
How many tires have you done in your life?
Oh, I can't even count them. I've been riding bikes for over 15 years. I've had a lot of flats. I've had them in training, I've had them in races, I've had them with clinchers, I've had them with tubulars. They're never fun.
We should point out that this is not a tubular, it's a clincher.
Right.
Because it clinches to the side of the wheel.
Right.
And apparently I have really stretched out tires right now because sometimes it can be a complete pain in the ass to get the tire back on.
There you go, now the expert comes in.
Here she
Here,
comes.
hold this. This is where your gloves come in handy.
Okay.
And you can just roll it on with the tops of your hands, just like this. There we go.
Nice. Nice, that was a nice tip.
What you want to do is you want to check, make sure the tube is not pinched on the outside of this. Because then you blow up the tire and it'll immediately go flat. And that's really frustrating.
Have you had to do this in a race situation, Joanna?
I have,
Yeah.
and I have failed miserably.
So what amount of spares should you carry on a bike ride versus a race? What's your
Well, I
race
usually
strategy?
carry 2 tubes and 2 CO2s.
Is that for both training and racing?
Well, when I race, I usually race with the tubulars. I only carry 1 tubular because they're so big and bulky, they're hard to fit in.
So see how this goes in like that? That's what that little piece that's on the ground here somewhere is good for to keep this out.
You better find that. This is
Yeah,
bolted.
I'm gonna be out here all night so I don't get a fine.
Yeah.
Now obviously there's no pressure valve here, so you're not going to be able to tell what the pressure of the tire is, but you can feel it.
Yeah,
give it a flick. That's
right
pretty
there.
good. Yeah.
That's really, you don't want to overinflate it because it'll explode.
And I tend to like to keep this like this because there's still some in here, and so sometimes if you have like a slow leak, you can just give it a little boost if you need to get home. Because now we won't have a tire because I didn't bring any.
And this is a 16-gram one.
Yep.
With the 12-gram ones, you can use the whole thing.
Yeah.
For the 16, you don't want to use the whole thing.
Right. And you don't need that whole gun apparatus thing. Make sure you get one of these little jobs because
less weight to carry.
It's just you know, we're carrying so much stuff on these longer rides. I mean, Joanna's like a pharmacy. What else do you have in here?
I have a tube of the right stuff in case I need some salt. Chafe free. You never know when something, you know, goes awry.
Actually, you do.
Butt
You do know when.
Zinc oxide for my lips.
That's kind of a Jay-Z trademark.
Little tools.
Yeah.
And some cashola.
Aren't we your little tools?
And you are a tool. And another CO2. All in this handy dandy little pouch.
And you carry that both racing and training?
No, when I race I don't carry this much stuff.
Fantastic.
This is why you wear black shorts.
Yeah.
You know, you find the black panel and just wipe your hands on it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're wearing white shorts, you're out of luck.
How tight do you make that?
You know, I don't make the front one super tight.
Yeah. I think people always ask that question.
You don't want to over tighten it.
You don't want to over tighten it. I mean, a lot of times over tightening it will just put too much pressure on that front.
Now, how about the
fork.
brakes? Do you loosen the brakes to take it off, or did you just?
I did loosen the brakes to take it off.
Yeah. So then you
Just tighten them back up.
and you're good to go.
And you're good to go.
All right,
Exactly.
7 minutes with a little banter. That's not too bad.
That's not bad.
That's not too bad.
I bet you without the instruction, this would have been like a 2-minute tire change.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Probably a minute 30.
You know what? Don't pat yourself on the back too much.